Hello everybody. We are officially in the van.
I'm eating.
And we just made our first official meal in the van. Just made some tacos with some ground turkey that we bought yesterday, right before we left. Our plan was to head to California, but the biggest reason we were going down there is because one of Nick's trumpet mentors, we thought he had a concert there tomorrow, but turns out it's in Missouri.
So we will not be going.
So we will not be going necessarily to go see him. So right now we're gonna eat some food and try and get our bearings of what we're gonna do. Currently we're basically on the border of Nevada and California, and we're in a little tiny town called Pahrump. If you've ever heard of it, kudos to you because it's tiny.
It's very small. Yeah, we're at this really cool Harvest Host.
Basically, we use this website. It's called Harvest Host, where you pay an annual fee of like $100 a year or something like that, and you can stay at all of these like different places that can take RVs, and you just stay on their property for free. And so my aunt got it for us for Christmas, so shout out to Karen, thank you. It's the cutest little place. The people are so nice. They have a free wine tasting. Neither of us drink, but we bought, they like to encourage you to buy something, and so we bought some red wine so that we can cook with.
A little bit nervous about was not having a toilet, and so this place has like really nice toilets. So we're only like 200 feet from the door to go to the bathroom, which is really nice.
I mean, we have a toilet in here, but we just would prefer not to use it if we have running water.
Right. So yeah, we're learning our internet still. I had a trumpet lesson, and it was a little bit spotty, but we figured it out.
There she is. Here is our beautiful view tonight. You can kind of see Nick in there. It's nice to kind of just be in this like tiny little town. We went to a music store so that Nick could drop off some cards, and now he's practicing, if you can see him. Day 2, living in the van. Last night went pretty well. We figured out how our diesel heater worked. We thought for sure it was broken because it was just blowing like cold air. And Nick fixed it after I hyperfixated on it for like an hour and a half of like looking at every single forum ever created and every single manual we could get our hands on. I just was obsessed for like an hour and a half. Now we're heading to Death Valley. Kind of random.
Do some hikes. Gonna check out the scenery.
This is not the most comfortable seat I've ever had in my life. I'm trying to make it so it doesn't rattle. Okay, so on our way to Death Valley, there's this little wildlife refuge. And so we decided to just turn off one of the perks of
Having a van
and nowhere to be today. There's very little service, so grateful that we have Starlink so that we can, right after this we may work for a little bit. Haven't decided yet, but we're at this place called Devil's Hole. So you walk up right here, and apparently little fish live in this just like little water oasis thing. We talked to the ranger that was over there. He was just out looking at the solar panels, and he told us a little bit about it. So basically it's this underground tunnel filled with water, and it's over 500 feet deep, and there are fish that live in it. And those like little cones that you saw, they're basically trying to see what is blowing into Devil's Hole. I don't know why, but they do that every couple months. Twice a year, he said. So, anyways, super random. Now we're walking up to the second one to see what it looks like. So this is the second one. You can't really see super well into it. At least we can't. But that right there connects the water. There's tunnels that connect the water to the other side. What are you doing?
Look.
can see it from the top here? Yeah. So it is pretty toasty down there. I can feel the warmth. So there's like a little hole right here, and then there's a hole over there. Nick's just walking along it. Also, something else that we learned was this was very well known to Native Americans. And then once Europeans came over, this was kind of a spot that everybody decided to stop for water. But it's pretty toasty down there. Right, Nick?
Yeah, it's pretty hot. Like you can feel the heat, not like a ton, but coming up from the ground.
Especially because it's like chilly outside right now. Like you can definitely feel the difference. We kept driving along the wilderness refuge, and there's this place called Crystal Reservoir. So Nick's parked up there. He's making some lunch. He's hungry. And I just wanted to walk down to the water really fast. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty cool. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Looked it up just before we got here. And it's basically this oasis in the middle of the Nevada desert. And there's still water here, which is pretty crazy because in the summertime, if you've ever been to the desert in Nevada, it is toasty. We are, you know, less than 45 minutes away from Death Valley National Park, so that will tell you something. But yeah, it's kind of beautiful. Look how clear this stream is.
These are the things you find when you're day 2 of living in a van.
Okay, we just found this really dope spring. You ready? Are you freaking kidding me? We're in Nevada and it looks like we're in the freaking Bahamas. What? I think the phrase that we're looking for is we are shook. Shooketh. Are you kidding me? This is insane. Alright, we made it to Death Valley National Park. Pretty dope so far. Just found this random hike that we're gonna do. It's called, like...
The Red Cathedral.
So, here we are. Look how dope. Do you see that? Do you see that?
What do you think, babe?
This is really cool. This is called the Devil's Golf Course. And all of this is salt. So it's not rocks, it's salt. Like miles and miles.
For miles and miles and miles, just salt.
Like everywhere.
Alright, babe, what are we doing?
So, day number 3 in the van. Day number 2 in Death Valley. We worked and did stuff this morning. It's 11 o'clock and now we're about to see a natural bridge, aka an arch, basically.
This is the view so far. The road getting here. Everything we had in the van was like sliding everywhere. It was very annoying, but we made it. We found it. The natural bridge. Tell me your feelings.
I've been dying this entire time. So Devil's Golf Course is basically all of that. So where we were last night is all of that, and then all of that really white stuff almost looks like we're like looking over a lake. That's just salt. This is Mosaic Canyon. I don't think we're gonna hike it all because it's like 4 miles. But we're gonna walk a little bit.
It's gonna be so fun.
It's going to be great.
Windy. It's been 3 days and 4 nights without water. We can't do it. Oh, look, there's the van.
He's kidding.
Look at these cool dunes.
Oh, it's so fun. They're surfing down it.
Beat this. As we both die.
I thought I was gonna die.
But you didn't. Why'd you stop? Wow, this is a lot steeper than I thought. I fall.
Oh no, I have sand in my shoes. We made it to the sand dunes. I think I'm dying.
But we're gonna go to that one.
I can't breathe.
For the memes.
No, Nick.
For the gram.
This is for the memes.
Why would you do that?
I have a feeling this is not going to go well.
The sun's getting real low. But we're gonna go up this ginormous hill.
It's so steep.
It doesn't look that big, but it is. We'll talk to you from the top. Look, Mom. Look what we did. So we're getting fuel after leaving Death Valley. And we waited at the pump for like 5 minutes for this one lady to leave because she went in and out of the gas station like 6 times. And then her partner knew like everybody and their dog at the gas station. Good morning from Palmdale, California. We're at this cute little golf course today.
We have Harvest Toast. I think we've talked about it before. Thank you, Karen. And we upgraded this last week so that we could also do golf courses and a few other places as well. And so we decided to stay here at this golf course last night. It was so nice because we were away from everybody. And so now we're gonna head in and try and get a bucket of golf balls this morning, and that's gonna be our little exercise.
Yeah, so they've got a little driving range over here. Can't super say it, but we'll show you later. And then they have a actual, like, I think it's an 8 or 9 hole course over here. So yeah, we're just gonna go and start the morning off by
not
hitting
super
some
expensive.
balls.
If we wanted to do the actual golf course, it's like $20 a person. But I think we don't necessarily have all the time in the world this morning, so we'll probably just do the driving range.
Here's the driving range. This is day 2 of starting our morning off with some golfing.
Range.
Woke up this morning and my forearms were pretty sore. Didn't really understand why, but it's because of today. We'll start our morning off with some driving.
A little bit better today because we actually have
drivers
instead of the irons. But only time will tell.